So sometimes you seem to be saying that these battles don't matter, that it all ought to be kind of foregone in favor of an impeachment.
I don't believe you said that.
Well, what I hear over and over is a kind of denigrating of, you know, and maybe I've misunderstood you. I thought you were. I've heard you say, I thought I was hearing you say that Democrats really weren't doing much. That
we're not. Once again, we're not denigrating you. We're denigrating. We're talking about the situation that this administration has created to neuter the Congress. Okay, even if you fight the telecom and actually win and actually get it through without a veto, he will sign a signing statement. And the difference with, I'm sure you know, with this president with signing statements is other presidents have used it, but he uses it as instructions.
I know about signing statements.
So
I
it doesn't matter, right? So do we, and it doesn't matter what the Congress passes in terms of all of that if he is going to put forward instruction to enforce it the way he wants to enforce it.
So you're saying it's not worth the fight?
Well, the way they have it, they have the arena set up. It's a lose-lose situation for the Congress, is what we're saying.
What kind of pressures have you put forward to raise the torture issue?
Rallies, marches.
Yes, I mean I've gone down to. I went down to Smithfield to the rendition sites and you know.
She got arrested.
that was outside John Connor's office asking for impeachment. But we are engaged citizens at this table. We are very well aware of all of the different things that are going on, and we believe very strongly that is why we're here. We are engaged citizens. We are some of your most engaged constituents, and we love this country, and we want to see it succeed. And right now, what we see is a very broken government. We're not saying that you're not trying your hardest, but like I said in the last meeting, they have created an arena, okay, that almost what you're doing doesn't matter, because they are going to do what they want to do anyway. And that is the problem when you have an attorney general that has flat out stated on the Hill that he will not, enforce a contempt citation, that here you have the person who's supposed to be the lawyer for other people, who is actually, once again, just like Gonzalez, actually the lawyer for Bush.
And he's acting as a personal
attorney. If you have
attorney.
a Justice Department that is not working, that is broken, then you, as the Congress, are have your hands tied in many ways. Because the other sorts of oversights that normally would be effective, and render impeachment unnecessary are not in place. And I guess what we're asking is, you've stated to us at the last meeting that there are things that you're putting forward. We want to know, what are those things that you believe that are as effective as impeachment?
I want to see the torture issue reopened, and I want to see John McCain's hypocrisy on this issue exposed. I hope nobody's missing that.
No. Of course not.
All right, and
once we have signing statements, Congressman Price,
I want to see the signing statements exposed. I think there is a dilemma there, but you want to take that to the courts, given the court's present composition. But the signing statements are outrageous. I assume you're pressing for congressional oversight, congressional exposure of the signing statements, and bringing these guys in and grilling them about what they're going to do.
Which they will say executive privilege.
We need all hands on deck on FISA. We need all hands on deck on the contempt of Congress resolutions. We need all hands on deck continued pressure on Iraq and about conditions placed on Iraq funding. We need all hands on deck on the censoring of scientific reports out of this government, and that means not just enlisting activist groups, but getting allies in the research community who are outraged, and believe me, they are outraged over this.
You on all of those things.
Well, you asked me you asked me what efforts I put stock in, and I'm telling you what efforts I put stock in, and where we need help, where we don't just need rhetoric, we need help. We need some help on this business of the White House suppressing their own records, emails disappearing months at a time. We need pressure on. We need pressure, if I may say so, on my contractors bill. It's stuck in the Senate right now. The bill to put military contractors under the law. Nobody, including 40 Republican senators, should have the power to veto that legislation which even the Secretary of State has said she needs. We need some pressure on contracting practices, on the no bid. I in my subcommittee have undertaken the question of have opened the question of no bid contracts at FEMA, but contracting in Iraq, contracting in general, it stinks to high heaven in this administration. So the contracting abuses, and on and on and on. These are desperate battles for the heart and soul of this country and for the principle of constitutional government. So I guess my plea to you, and I know you are sincere about the impeachment issue, and we will continue to talk about that, and maybe we'll continue to differ tactically. But I just plead with you in the push for impeachment. Do not ignore the battles that are going on every day, and do not denigrate these efforts, because we need your help.
Representative Price, we're proud of your initiative.
I'm not talking about myself personally. I'm talking about a lot of good people in the Congress who are fighting, not just on these battles, and I think I named 10, but who know that we're not going to bat 1,000. We'll be lucky to bat 300 under these circumstances, but we will live to fight another day. And so we're laying down markers. We're having an election, and we're going to change this country.
Well, specifically, we're proud of your initiative with contractor accountability, and understand that you would be curious with the administration for the signing statement that George Bush made that accepted protections for contractor whistleblowers as a recent signing
As
statement.
part of the defense authorization, is one of the signing statements was actually rendered that basically useless, the protection for, and basically immunity. Once again, our point is these hearings that you're trying to push, this oversight, that we agree. I mean, I agree with you on every single thing. All those issues that you named are very dear to my heart, and something we are engaged citizens, and we do want to help. But if this administration continues to stonewall, continues to hide behind executive privilege, how can you effectively push forward on these sorts of hearings that you're talking about? You can't. Your hands are tied as the Congress, and that is our point.
That's why we say impeachment is the answer, because all these things you're talking about support the need for impeachment.
Yes.
They don't argue against it. They actually reinforce the need for impeachment because it's not working. We're trying to do these things, and we understand that many in Congress are trying to do these things. It's not working. The way to get things to work is to get rid of Bush and Cheney.
The way to get things working is, in large part, to get a new president. Your way of getting a new president is to take all the oxygen in the room and apply it to the impeachment
Well, with
fight.
respect, I don't agree
And
with
that might be.
statement.
What if Tomasky's right? What if he's right?
Let me
Let me finish, please.
Well, you've said this a number of times, so I would like to be able to respond to that before you go on. Doing impeachment will breathe life into the democracy. It will breathe life into the people of the United States, who, by a huge majority, believe that the people who are now in control are criminals. That is what it will do. It will not suck oxygen out of the air. It will breathe life into the political.
Think it'll